Hello everybody and welcome to Your Brain on Tech, your source for everything you love, from technology to gadgets, the world of gaming, and the internet. I am your host, Eric Hurst, and today I've got your double dose of Facebook and Sony coming at you. Facebook is finally talking about creating a true Facebook application for tablets. If you remember, CEO Mark Zuckerberg said a while ago that the iPad wasn't mobile, and that creating a native app for it wasn't a priority. Maybe they finally got a peek at last year's iPad sales numbers, or perhaps they saw the seemingly hundreds of companies releasing tablets this year at CES. Either way, Facebook CTO Bret Taylor said this week at the Inside Social App Conference in San Francisco that Facebook needs to make a tablet version of Facebook, and it's something they're working on right now. That doesn't necessarily mean that we'll see a native app for the iPad or Android tablets. This could just be a mobile site redesign, but I doubt with the resources they have and their past history that this will be anything except the tablet native apps we've all been waiting for. Sticking with Facebook news, it looks like there are going to be some new tweaks to how Facebook advertising works via a new feature called Sponsored Messages. At first glance, the title makes me think of the way advertisers use Twitter and Dig, but actually it's quite different. Using your vast network of likes, Facebook will retarget some of your status updates into advertisements for you and your friends. Now don't blow up yet, that sounds a lot more heinous than it looks. In the end, a status update that looks like this will end up with an advertiser's thumbnail and look like this. The idea is to reinforce your likes and remind you about the products and brands that you've already said you like. Facebook hasn't released all the details yet, so this is still speculation and subject to some change. I don't imagine it'll be intrusive to the point that Facebook alienates its users or ruins its vast like system it has worked so hard to put in place. So we'll see what's what when Facebook releases some more details. In the end, I hope it doesn't end up looking something like this. Hot on the heels of Nintendo giving major release details for the 3DS, Sony has decided to show off its next big handheld. Yes, big was a bit of a play on words there. Here are some of the details on Sony's next generation portable device, codenamed NGP. First off, this thing looks great. This is the sexiest device I've seen put out since the iPhone 4. It is stylish and clean and big. We're talking about a 5-inch OLED touchscreen with 960 by 544 resolution to be exact. It's also just loaded with features. A quad-core, yes, quad-core processor, 2 analog sticks, these are real analog sticks, not the nubs we see right now, 3G, Wi-Fi, GPS, a compass, front and rear cameras, and an accelerometer/gyroscope, which is the same we see on the PlayStation Move, and a touchpad that spans the back of the device. Games will come on what Sony is calling new media, so no more discs here. I have to assume that means games will either be streamed or downloaded, but there is no word yet on the device's storage capabilities. And most importantly, no price point yet. Like I said for the 3DS, I'm not a big handheld guy. This thing is super sexy though and really intriguing, but Sony can kill it before anyone touches it by A, releasing it after the 3DS, which is already assured, and B, pricing it too high. Just looking at that feature list, the number I have in my head is $499. I personally think that even that could be lowballing it. Remember the PlayStation phone rumor? Well, Engadget has gotten their hands on the real deal. The prototype is not actually a PlayStation phone at all. It's a Sony Ericsson phone going by the name Xperia Play. It's running a 1 GHz processor on the Android Gingerbread OS. On the front is a 4-inch 854 by 480 LCD touchscreen. The phone features the 4 Android soft keys, however, sliding the phone reveals a PlayStation-inspired DualShock layout. Some things are lost in translation though. The mechanical joysticks have been replaced by touch-sensitive pads, and the top accommodates 2 bumpers instead of the typical 4. It comes preloaded with the PlayStation Pocket app, which is presumably where you'll download the games. It's not quite clear how this new phone will fit in alongside the larger, more powerful PSP2, but it could make for a pretty decent gaming phone, which we know everyone is waiting for. Remember the Nokia N-Gage? Well, that's all the tech news I have for you this week. Be sure to check out yourbrainontech.com for past and present episodes. You can also follow the show on Twitter at twitter.com/yourbrainontech, or you can follow me at twitter.com/Eric Hurst. Nowadays, you can also find us on YouTube, and be sure to like us on Facebook and tell all your friends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Vast nest works. Like a bird. A bird has nest works. Who may remember me mentioning a rumored PlayStation phone. Remember me mentioning a rumored PlayStation phone. Who remembers me mentioning a rumored PlayStation phone? Who out there remembers me mentioning a PlayStation phone?